Kevin Stefanski, head coach of the Cleveland Browns, praises Shedeur Sanders. The rise of Deion Sanders' son begins. The Cleveland Browns camp is completely centered around the quarterback situation. Currently, 4 players are competing for the starting spot, and this battle is undoubtedly the most closely followed by fans and the media. The reason? One of the competitors is named Shedeur Sanders. Shedeur Sanders could have entered the NFL as a star had he been selected in the first round as projected before the draft. However, something happened, and the quarterback from the University of Colorado ended up being overlooked by NFL teams. It wasn't until the 5th round that the Cleveland Browns gave him an opportunity. Still, the story is now entirely different. Shedeur Sanders doesn't even have a guaranteed spot on the practice squad. He's fighting against everything and everyone, but if he manages to break through in the NFL, it will be an unforgettable story. Minicamp kicks off in Cleveland. The OTAs are over, and the brief mandatory minicamp has started for the Cleveland Browns. After this, the team will take a break before returning for training camp in late July. Kevin Stefanski, head coach of the Cleveland Browns, spoke to the media and shared his thoughts on how the players are performing at minicamp, where everyone showed up, including star pass rusher Myles Garrett. First day of minicamp in the books, said head coach Kevin Stefanski. The guys are working very hard. I'm pleased with what we got done today. We'll be back inside for more meetings, a walkthrough, and a bunch of mandatory NFL meetings we're trying to get done during this camp, and then we'll be back out here tomorrow. But I'm really pleased with the effort the guys put in today. As for Shedeur Sanders and Dillon Gabriel, the 2 rookie quarterbacks have been going all out, and it seems like they're improving every day. The fight for a spot on the final roster will be one to watch. I'm pleased with all the young guys in their development. There's a lot that goes into this, and these guys work extremely hard, Stefanski said. At the quarterback position, there's a lot to learn. These guys all come in well coached, but the NFL game is different in some areas. So I think all of them are making really good progress. Joe Flacco is almost certainly going to be the Browns' starting quarterback in Week 1, but based on how Dillon Gabriel and Shedeur Sanders have looked, the veteran, who is entering his 18th NFL season, might not have much room for error. When Kevin Stefanski stepped up to the podium that bright morning at the Browns' training facility in Berea, reporters were expecting a usual mix of coach speak, maybe some notes on footwork, a breakdown of OTAs, or a vague injury update. What they got instead was the spark of a new chapter in Cleveland football. Shedeur's not just a name, Stefanski said with a grin, pausing for effect. He's a presence, a learner, a leader. He belongs. The rune changed. That one sentence sent a wave across Cleveland and beyond. Shedeur Sanders, son of Hall of Famer and cultural icon Deion Sanders, had just received the golden stamp of approval from one of the NFL's most respected minds. And suddenly, this wasn't just a rookie QB in a Browns jersey. This was the beginning of something electrifying. From Boulder to the banks of Lake Erie, Shedeur's journey to the NFL had already been packed with scrutiny and spotlights. At Jackson State, he broke records. At Colorado, under the neon lights of Coach Prime's spectacle, he showed the nation he wasn't riding on a last name. He was the name. But Cleveland, this was a different world. A city built on blue-collar grit, a fan base that had loved and lost more quarterbacks than it could count. And now, a team that had gambled on stars, seen flashes of brilliance, and still waited, breathless, for the one. He's humble. That's the first thing I noticed, said Stefanski in a later interview on NFL Network. There's an edge to him, not arrogance. Purpose. You can see the DNA of leadership in him. Shedeur versus the shadows. Let's not pretend the locker room was a fairy tale. Deshaun Watson was still in the building, still talented, still polarizing, still paid. There were murmurs, headlines, debates. But Shedeur never flinched. In rookie minicamp, he outpaced expectations. In practice reps, he moved through progressions with precision. Off the field, he stayed away from clickbait. No flashy proclamations, no TikTok dances, no I'm him declarations. Just film, sweat, grit. And when Stefanski pulled him aside one afternoon after OTA drills, the young quarterback thought it was just a quick coaching moment. I told him straight up, Stefanski later recalled, you don't have to be your dad. You don't even have to be Superman. Just keep being you, and we're going to go places. The dog pound awakens.